Now change over. Change over. Rope little below the waist on the bony place. Go to the grill window, the panel window here, prop side. Others go on the chair. On the chair, you can slide in, slide out. Listen, start doing, start doing. Listen, to next proposal. Next proposal. What we did so far was do age and usage. Now, address age. Address the back. Address the chest. Address the waist. Address the legs. Address the arms. Address the limbs. Address the skeletal system. Address the anatomical system. Address the physical system. Address the breath. Address the mind. So what's the difference between doing the back, using the back, addressing the back? Doing the legs, using the legs, addressing the legs. Doing the breath, using the breath, and addressing the breath. You can undo, redo, try to go for all those possible variations. Arms over, row people, arms on the hips. जोशी काय व्यायाम करायला लागला का? तुम्ही व्यायामाला ती ऐकत फक्त. Row people, if you can let go the rope, let go the rope, have hands on the hips. So do various arm positions which are possible. And now, as I said, address. Beginners cannot address. They don't have qualification to address the legs. They have only qualification to do the legs. They have no qualification to address the back. They have only qualification to do the back, do the body, do the locations, do the anatomy, do the skeletal system. But now you are not a raw beginner. You have the qualification to address. So find out what's the difference between doing the back, using the back, addressing the back. Doing the legs, using the legs, addressing the legs. Doing the breath, using the breath, addressing the breath. काय प्राची कळतंय का? Then if you address, something happens. If you address, something is done. Something is done means something happens. Now, what is happening by addressal culture? What is happening by addressal culture? You can undo, redo, but carry out your education with regards to what precepts I'm giving you. If you can dispense with the rope, the ropees, let go the rope, keep the hands on the hips, learn the different things. So what is the culture of addressal? The chair people come up. Row people, if you are in process, continue. If you are in process, continue. And then when the process ends, you can come up. Sit wherever you are now. Sit wherever you are or wherever you want to. Understand to put across the classical yoga, quintessential yoga, it is essential that we develop the language because we are taking recourse to English. We are taking recourse to English. And the English that is available or that is In conventional English doesn't justify. It is not sufficient. It is sometimes misleading, and sometimes it is opaque. It is meaningless. Therefore, I had to develop the language because we are depending on English. The current English or English of any time is not going to do the function that it is expected of. So you have certain inflections in English from address, addressal. Okay. Similarly, doing, doing, there should be inflection, dual, not duel, not duel, not dwell, dual. What's the difference between address and addressal? How do you distinguish between the word address and its inflection, addressal? A word can be in a noun form, the word can be in a predicate form, the word can be in a verb form. Verb, noun, verb, predicate. Like address, addresser, addressal, addressing. So from one word, you get inflections. So somewhere there is a noun, somewhere there is a predicate, somewhere there is a verb. Okay. So we have to work on the grammar of our process. We need to develop the language. Incidentally, let me tell you, you're all English speaking people, but not all of you. Suppose I give you English, which is Shakespearean English. Shakespearean English, many of you won't follow because that is 300 years old. Shakespearean English, not all of you follow. Is that right? Because that is gone out of fashion. That is why the spineless language such as English has this concept. 20th century Cambridge Dictionary, 21st century Cambridge Dictionary, 19th century Cambridge Dictionary, 18th century Cambridge Dictionary, because the language is spineless. That's why this is in vogue. How many of you know that there are Cambridge dictionaries of different centuries? Now, today we go for 21st century Cambridge Dictionary. And that's the title of the book, 21st century Cambridge Dictionary. In our times, before the dawn of this millennium, it was 20th century Cambridge Dictionary. Before year 2000, it was 20th century. After 2000 years, 21st century. That means something gets outdated. That's the problem of English language and other languages as well. But the marvel of Sanskrit language is such. If you learn Sanskrit, it doesn't bother whether the Sanskrit is of 1,000 years old back, 2,000 years back, 10,000 years back, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that is speciality of the language called Sanskrit. That is not the case of vernacular even, many languages. For the Marathi speaking people, if I say open Glaneshwari, 90%, 99% don't understand. Because that was 13th century Marathi. So 13th century Marathi is not understood today. Unless there are footnotes, there are meanings of the words given, commentaries there, you don't understand. That's the fate of all the languages, all even vernacular languages. You need interpretations. If the text is 300 years old, 400 years old, 500,000 years old, you need interpretations. Otherwise, you don't understand. Marvel of Sanskrit language, it is such a spineful language. You learn Sanskrit anytime. Anytime. You can read Sanskrit of any time. No problem. Anyway, this is just as an information to you, particularly Indians, because the Westerners might have little fascination for Sanskrit. Indians will have detest, dislike. They might think it is down market. Indians will think it is down market. This is a word used by Indians. काय हेमंतराव बरोबर ना काय माधवी डाऊन मार्केट कशाला करायचं इंग्लिश इंग्लिश anyway this is just a piece of information to you. Anyway, point is I had to develop the language to put across what I wanted to put across. So dooful, there is no such word in English, doofulness, whereas it has to be there for what you are doing. It's very applicable. Otherwise, you can't be in the lab of yoga, lab of your asanas, unless you have the terminologies. Address, addressage, addressal, addressing. If you have use and usage, why not address and addressage? If you have use and usage, why not address and addressage? Otherwise, you'll be groping in dark if you don't develop your language for the particular endeavor. The mathematician's English is not understood by psychologists in, English psychology. The psychology of English psychology or English in psychology is not understood by mathematicians English. These are different realms. You take your medical report, scan report, MRI report, take it to English professor, dean of the English faculty in Cambridge University, and ask him to interpret. It's complete opaque for him. He will not be able to explain you what is the report. You take your pathological report, radiological report, MRI report, scan report, show it to English professor. Professor, tell me what is this report. Will not be able to tell you a damn thing about it. There is different English everywhere. Why should we not have English of yoga for what we are doing? Otherwise, you will never really evolve Anyway, all I've done at the rope or not, go there. Others, you stand up and do upright backwards, wherever you are. The chair don't come in your way. Take a place and do the upright backwards. Don't waste the time in moving the chair. You move. There are people there. Those are not done, quickly take the place. Quickly take the place, those are not done. Anyone wants to avail of the rope, you can go there and repeat. Not all. There are some empty ropes, you might use it if you want. Start here upright backwards. Address. Address the various locations. Understand the difference between doing a location, using a location, addressing a location. Doing a location, using a location, address a location. You can undo and redo. You have to watch, sense, feel, read, comprehend. Yoga is a knowledge process, not activity process. Figure out the difference between all this. What is the consequence of doage? What is the consequence of usage? What is the consequence of addressage? You can undo, redo on your own. Now understand the implication here. Because these are composite dynamics, you can address the shoulder blade. You can address the shoulder blade. You can address the chest. You can address the waist. But it is also possible that your waist is addressing. Shoulder blades are addressing. Chest is addressing. So location addressed and the location addressing. Breath addressed and the breath addressing. The mind addressed and the mind addressing. Physical body addressed, physical body addressing, skeletal-muscular body addressed, and skeletal-muscular body addressing, anatomical body addressed, anatomical body addressing. Allow them to be also addressing. The location should be also addressing. This is the bounty of composite collective dynamics. So if you are doing the shoulder blade can be doing. If you are using the shoulder blade can be using. What does it use? If the shoulder blade is addressed, shoulder blade can be addressing. Any location. So understand, these are the implications because of composite collective dynamics. Let go. Do you understand? I'm frantically trying to put across these dynamics of yoga, otherwise they will never appear on horizon for you. You will just do and die. The doing will take to done state, but the yoga is never done. That doing ultimately will come to done state. Is that right? But the yoga will never be done. That's why you have to you have to beware of it. That it's not going to take you to yoga done state. So find out how far it happens in usefulness. That corridor of using, usefulness, and usage. The corridor of addressal, addressing, and addressage. Where do you find yoga has to be traced? Okay. Now, those who can do, you will go for Viprit Dandasana with a mat against the wall. Elbows to the wall, elbows to column, elbows wherever. Others will go on the chair. If you can't do independent, so you can take the wall wherever you get the wall. Go to the platform, go over the platform, go at the columns. Broad side of the column, go to the windows and go to the wall quickly, elbows to the wall, Vipridandasana. Those who cannot be doing it, go for chair. Go for chair. Quickly start, lie down. Don't waste the time. Or just stay on the chair. Vipridandasana. So chair people can slide in, slide out. There are hand variations. You can do even bent leg Vipridandasana on the chair. It can be fruitful, it can be functional. Not that every time your leg should be straight like it's a dogma. Chair Vipridandasana, leg straight. You can bend your legs as well and address the trunk. Use the trunk. The trunk will do better if the legs are bent rather than the legs straight. Quickly. So understand, you do a location, allow the location to do. You do an aspect, allow the aspect to do. You use a location, allow the location to use. You address a location, allow the location to address. So allow an aspect such as postural, breathestural, mindestural. You cannot do, redo, understand what is doing better, what is doing more. Many of you have mistaken. If you do more, you think you are doing better. Doing more is a quantitative aspect. Doing better is a qualitative aspect. So what's the difference between doing more and more and more and more? Because most of you are obsessed, particularly in your prime age, young age, you will try to do more. You will try to do more and more. You will try to do more and more and more and more and more. If you are young and strong, you will try to do more and more and more. And you think the quantity pays. But then what is doing better? These are the linguistics of your endeavor. Because you're all using the language. You are having thought. You are having observation. You are having experience. You can undo and redo. You can take a break whenever the forces are blunted. You can take a break whenever the forces are blunted. Now, listen carefully. What is the difference if I say, all of you, experience your back? Experience your back. This is part of dynamics of yoga. Experience the back. Allow the back to experience. Allow the back to experience. Now, the location such as back is postural and physical. There is also breathetic back. There is also mindetic back. So experience. What is physical back? What is breathetic back? What is mental back? And what is the experience there? So other locations. Experience the head, brain, face, skull. Allow the head, brain, face, skull to experience. So when you experience, you are experiencer. But when the brain is experiencing, it is experiencer. The brain is experiencer. Allow the brain to experience. So in different locations, Panchavayu locations, understand the precept of the experiencing. Because there can be no yoga of yours without any experience. You do experience, but you neglect it, you don't work on it, don't handle it. Now the Vipreet as an independent to doers, you will turn around, feet to the wall. If that is possible, feet to the wall. If not possible, you can continue. Start. Take note of the fact I have not said stretch your legs. Otherwise, usually all Iyengar teachers will emphasize on stretch your legs. You have to qualify to stretch your legs. It's not just ability to stretch the legs. It's a qualification to stretch the legs. Turn around, that is feet to the wall. Experience. Now to experience, understand the implied. You have to watch. You can't say, I won't watch the brain, but experience the brain. You can't say, I won't watch the back, but experience the back. You can't say, I will not watch the hip, but experience the hip. So it implies to experience, you have to watch. To experience, you have to perceive. To experience, you have to cognize. To experience, you have to watch. To experience, you have to read. You have to read. Now, render the posture, breathsture, mindesture. In a classified manner, do it. You can undo, redo, come up, go down, whatever the case, and you can again do it. So understand the set that I gave you today. I said do, 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 allow it to do. Then I said use, 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 allow it to be used. Address, 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 allow it to be addressing. Experience, 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 allow it to experience. I want you to understand the grammar of asana. How you have to use something as a word. How you have to use that becoming a noun, that becoming a predicate, that becoming a verb. Wherever it is possible, see that you make it turn out a verb of it, turn out a predicate out of it. Now, the independent people, you will do Urdhva Dhanurasana, and as a precursor from Urdhva Dhanurasana, go to Viparit Dandasana. Find out what's the difference. If you can do Urdhva Dhanurasana, go to Urdhva Dhanurasana, and then go to Viparit Dandasana. If you can't do, it's a different thing then. You don't have to do it. But if you can do, go to Urdhva Dhanurasana and via Urdhva Dhanurasana, come to Viparit Dandasana. What difference does it make? As a posture, as a predesture, as a mind gesture, basically. A physical cultural endeavor, breatho-cultural endeavor, mind-cultural endeavor. And then the today's precept. The today's precept. Do age, usage, address age, experience age. Do age, usage, address age, experience age. Now, similarly, same locations of the body and the breath and mind aspects, can they be applicants? Can they be applicants? Can your spine be applicant? Can your hips be applicant? You only know to do the hip. But in case of Guruji, it is not only hip done, the hip is an applicant. Okay, chair people come up. Mat people are that when you finish, you go down. And then come up. Come out. Get up. Come here. See, because of the composite collective dynamics, which is signature condition of yogasana, they come together. When they come together, they do something together. Now, again, coming to this Tadasana, this is in Tadasana, you all know you will do the back, you will do the shoulders, you will do the shoulder blade, you will do the sternum, you will do the rib cage, you will do the abdomen, you will do the pelvis, you will do the legs. Is that right? You will do the arms. And you think that is only the corridor of yogasana. But here, let me tell you that any location is an applicant. Legs are applicant on the trunk and vice versa. The breath is applicant on the body and vice versa. The mind is applicant on the body and vice versa. So mutually, they are applicants. Now you can't cite what the legs are, how the legs are applicants on the hips and vice versa. You do the legs, you do the hips. Is that right? In Tadasana, you do the legs, you do the feet, you do the hips. But in case of Guruji, any location is an applicant on something else. Any location is an applicant. What is applicant? Applicant is that which you apply on something. So we don't identify that your shoulder blade is an applicant. Where is it applicant on? Any location is applicant. So just doing every location will not circumscribe the requirement of asanas. Any location should be an applicant. It should be applicable. Understand different corridors that you should be trading in while you are doing asana. Do age, use age, address age, experience age, and applicant age. Everything should be an applicant to something so that that improves and mutually they improve each other. So the legs are applicant on the hips and vice versa. The body is applicant on the breath and vice versa. The body is applicant on the mind and vice versa. The breath is applicant on the mind and vice versa. Then in each case, what is the consequence? And at some stage, you will figure out where do you get better consequence suitable to yoga, promoting yoga, encouraging yoga. What is the use of a consequence which is marring yoga? So you should be very careful about the consequence. The consequence should be making yoga, not marring yoga. You should not mar yoga. You should make yoga. So therefore, you have to take cognizance of consequence. Now, if you have taken note, like it happens in anybody's class, any other class, you learn new things. And you say, I got a wonderful teacher. Every day I get something new is taught, I do new way. I am not teaching any technically any new thing. With your indigenous know-how, I'm trying to tell you how to have the housekeeping of your process, how to have conservation of your process, how to have the hospitality out of your own process, indigenous process. You don't lay them well. The layout is not going right. So you have everything, but nothing coming handy. Suppose you have a very well equipped kitchen, but suppose there is no proper layout, everything is in a mess. The whole kitchen is in mess. You have everything, but everything useless. Everything irritant. You have a well-equipped kitchen, but then what is the fallout of it? If it is in a mess, it is an irritant. Not only useless, it is irritant. It irritates you. So you are doing all these technical aspects. You don't lay them properly. There is no proper layout. So you don't have to learn new things technically, new points. So somebody says your legs are not properly straight. Wrap a belt, tie a belt. And you know that that's coming better. I have to struggle to keep the legs straight. Now I don't have to struggle. I've tied the legs with a belt, 3, 4 belts on the top, 3, 4 belts on the bottom. Legs are better. You want to learn new points. Teachers are teaching you new points. I'm teaching you nothing new based on what you have indigenously. I'm trying to teach you to make a proper layout. With a given indigenous technology, I'm trying to work as a asana designer. You have everything with you, but you are not doing proper designing, proper layout. I don't have to teach you a new point. Okay. Now, those who get the place on rope Shirshasana, go for rope Shirshasana. Others go on chair, Bharadvajasana. Quickly occupy the ropes. Huh? Yeah, you can do it. No problem. Relax the brain, that's all. Now, Bharadwaj on the rope, chair. Occupy all the ropes. Occupy all the ropes quickly. Don't waste the time. Quick, 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 quick. Now I'm giving something for your self-study. Self-study. Be in posture. Be in posture. Render the precept of the day. Two-age, usage, address age, experience age. In a posture, find out highlighted condition of the posture, how the things happen. Change of side won't be suggested. As a posture, render the today's precept on your own. So see that there is do age, usage, address age, applic age, experience age. Why are you wasting the time? Hey, Bhavini, why are you wasting the time? जमत नाही तर कशाला जातात करायला कोणती तयार करतील करता येईल नंतर ते कसं काठ मारायचं माहित नाही what you do not don't know how to not. What's the problem then? Why have you wasted so much of time? There is no question of space. It's a right pair. Thank you. That's all. Most irritant word. Don't say I'll feel fine if it's a thank you. It's an irritant for me. Thank you. Sorry. So as a posture, render the grammar of the asana that I taught you today. The grammar of the asana. As a pradeshya, find out how the things radically change. The position, the pradeshya. Then the position, the mindeshya. So that's the three dimensions: posture, pradeshya, mindeshya. Physical culture, breatho culture, mindo culture. And try to render the grammar which I taught you today. So understand how much you need watching, sensing, reading, feeling, comprehending, understanding. Otherwise, you all say, I can do, I cannot do, I could do, I could not do. Yoga is not a doing endeavor. It doesn't matter whether you can do or you cannot do. It is more a knowledge process. Now, once you are on the left side, don't go back to right side. Chair people. Once you are on the second side, don't go back to first side. You will stay and repeat that side only for a while until I call it off. So don't go to first side again. Don't hasten to go to second side. I have not given time indication. So understand the self-study aspect here. That the precept of the class has to be rendered while position is a posture, primarily, breathesture, primarily, mindesture, primarily. Physical culture, primarily, breatho culture, primarily, mindo culture, primarily. Rope people come down. Hold the rope and see that you are steady, not disoriented. Don't leave the rope until that time. Next, from the chair, go to the rope. Next, from the chair, go to the rope. Others, be on the chair. You can do second version of Bharadwaj. Facing front, Bharadwaj. Facing sideways, Bharadwaj. Facing back, Bharadwaj. Quickly occupy the ropes. Now, for a while, let us try to understand how the position that you are in is a relaxant. It's a relaxant. That it is the relaxing process. Relax the brain and bronch, relax the senses, relax the body, relax the organs, Relax the body, relax the mind, relax the senses, relaxant. Now here the relaxing, the verb, has different dimensions. It is a prismatic concept. It is not as it is in a lexicon. What is to relax is one meaning. Now here in yoga, in the composite process of yoga, relaxing, it is not just to relax, it is to have a benevolent condition, placid condition. To find out how will you understand the concept and idea to be relaxing. There should be benevolence. There should be beatitude. There should be soothe. There should be soothe, benevolence, beatitude. There should be sublimity, nobility, piety, sanctity. It implies to be relaxed in a process of yoga that you are sank. Change the sides on your own. So that's why it's a prismatic concept. When I said relax, go for relaxing, go for relaxation. In the realm of yoga, it has these various facets. That's why it is prismatic. Dictionary doesn't give you prismatic notion of the word relax. So soothe, benevolence, beatitude, sanctification, piety, nobility, purity, virginity, and then I have often shot at you those predicates: tranquility, neutrality, virginity, sublimity, purity, piety, sanctity, sanity, equity, equanimity, equilibrium. That is what is meant by relaxing in yoga. Elsewhere, relaxing is to detense yourself. It's not just detensing or distending. Distension. Distending comes from the word tension and distension. Distension is to distend. Chair people, when on the left, don't change the sides. When on the second side, you don't go to first side. Continue the second side. So soothe, benevolence, beatitude, quietude, etc., etc. The rope people will come down. Hold the rope and see that you are not disoriented. There is no blackout. From the chair, those are not done. You will go to the ropes. Go to the ropes, those are not done. Others, Bharadwaj is over. Face the front and head down. Spread your knees and head down. On the chair, Adho Mukha position. Quickly occupy the ropes. There are empty ropes. There are empty ropes on this side. Anyone not done, go there. Otherwise, Adho Mukha. Spread your legs. Perhaps you can insert your arms. Try to go to the back legs of the chair. Hold there. Again, relaxing, not activating. Relaxing. Understand what is meant by relaxing. So there's a different connotation to the proposal relax or relaxation. It's a different proposal here. Don't go by literal meaning, worldly meaning, popular meaning, conventional meaning. Like yesterday, all of you had your Sunday. So Sunday is to relax. You relax on Sunday, but that doesn't mean that you become noble on Sunday. Actually, you become more licentiate. You can become sensual. That's a Sunday. Relaxing. What is it? Watching, going to multiplex, watching a movie. Yeah, sometimes even people go to horror movie. What? Sunday. And then licentiate. Be licentiate on Sunday. You don't become noble on Sunday. The Sunday is perhaps the most ignoble day in your week. Okay, the chair people, those who can do, those who want to, you can come on the mat and do Adho Virasana, etc. Adho Virasana, etc. So understand how to teach the language as well when you come to yoga. Otherwise, you go by conventional meaning. How many of you endorse is my statement here? That Sunday is the most ignoble day, licentiate day. You are crazy, cranky. On Sundays, you are crazy and cranky. You are delirious. You are subhumanish on Sunday. You become libertine. Not only that you are in liberty, but you are libertine on Sunday. Now the rope people will come down. We will again wherever sit and bend forward. Rope people come down. So what is the postural contribution to relax? What is the breathestial contribution to relax? What is the mindestial contribution to relax? How they relax each other. Posture relaxing the breathesture and vice versa. Posture relaxing the mindesture and vice versa. Anyway, the time is up. I'm disempowered. You won't tolerate me now. Come up. So I don't go beyond a point whereby you will be not tolerating me. So before any intolerance bubbles in you, I end the class on time. Okay. Back off, put the things back, clear everything, untie the ropes, put the ceiling ropes back, get the props inside, pull out the ropes, right, from window.
Thank you, thank you.
Pranam, sir. Thank you, sir.
Stand for announcement. Listen here. जरा जोरात बोल.
Sorry, thank you. Sorry.
नमस्कार.
Thank
Thank you. Okay. Goodbye, all of you. Goodbye.